What is going on, everyone? We are live here with another live playthrough. Very excited. The Kickstarters are rolling in here. This is I want to say it's my second or third of 2023. They just keep kind of rolling in. I was super excited to see this coming in, and this is going to be the Roll and Write Motor City. 25th Century Games, Motor City Gameworks, an Adam Hill, Matt Riddle, Ben Pinchback production. You might recognize any of those names or the company based off of their series of roll and writes, one of which, Fleet the Dice Game, big fan, and Three Sisters, also big fan. This is their latest one. It also came, if you wanted to, it came with an expansion for Three Sisters, which I grabbed. I'll be checking that out later. Motor City is all about producing cars, testing them out, pleasing some people, selling those cars, and getting them on the test track, etc. There is a couple expansions that I will show later on, but we're just going to go through the basic solo game that you can play by yourself here. If you're familiar with the other two games I mentioned, Fleet the Dice Game and Three Sisters, the system for the AI here is pretty similar. However, obviously because it's a different game, some different things happen. So with this, we're going to just get going here. So a quick rules overview. There's a bunch of dice here. For the solo game, you set up this dice pool based off of a difficulty. And for the beginner difficulty, which I have set up, you do 2 gray, 2 white, and 1 blue dice. And you also have the audit dice and the black die that comes with it. This die is specifically for the solo game, and it comes inside the game. But this is the setup for a beginner game. How this game works, if you haven't seen any previews, I know the game's fresh, but there's a lot of Kickstarter previews for when it was on Kickstarter. How the game works is we're going to be rolling these dice and putting them out accordingly to their color. So as you can see, and they have their own symbols on them too, which is nice. This is one of the Kickstarter stretch goals, was to make these the actual color instead of the number, which kind of goes like this. So you roll the dice and you place them out here, and we're kind of not worrying about the solo part right now. But essentially, these are the dice that you can take during the round in we'll say a 2-player game. I mean, at the end of everyone's turn, you're going to have 2 dice to take. So in a 2-player game, this is a very similar setup, minus some of the colors there. But you'll be taking a die, taking an action, and then other person will be going, and then you'll take a die and take an action again. So you have 2 dice here, and then there'll be 1 more die remaining, and that will be a shared action based off of whatever is there. Quick rundown of the actions. Obviously, there's a lot going on here, so I won't get into too many of the specifics of how the bonus is kind of back and forth. And again, because it's such a detail-heavy board, you might not be able to see everything, but I'll try to explain it as I go along. The first action here, in the first column, is the speedometer, and the speedometer sets the score for each round. At the end of each round, you'll be scoring based off of this. So the earlier you get up this track, the more points you will score every round. In the solo game, what they'll be doing is, if they take that action, they'll be starting from the last spot here and taking away spots for you that you can get. So first starts off here as 1, 2, 3. So if I end up getting up to 3 on the first round, I'll be getting at least 3 points every round towards the end of the game. The next is the test track, and from here on, you'll see a lot of bonuses on here. There's no bonuses for taking this action here, because it's basically getting points anyway. But there are bonuses for whatever dice you take going forward. So if this die were actually, we'll switch it to this one. If this were like this, once I take this, I choose the bonus that's attached with it. Double checking the rules really quick, because I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, so the very first thing you do is collect any bonuses that's under the die. So in this case, I would get $2. The dollars are tracked right here in the dealership in the sales department. So you would just circle the dotted circles there. When you spend money, you fill those circles in. So first thing you do is take that the bonus. That's the free thing you get. You have a couple decisions after that. but I will get to those decisions after. I'll just talk about the main action first. And the main action is, in this case, is the test track, which is down here. You're going to start the game off with one of these pre-selected, and then you will cross off a number of spaces equal to your value of your of that specific action. Throughout the game, you'll be gaining upgrades or be able to purchase upgrades for these actions, and that will let you do this action multiple times. So if for whatever reason I upgraded my testing action to level 2, when I take the testing action, I can do that twice, and I would mark off 2 squares in a row. Or if I have if I own multiple cars on tracks, I can spread out those checks. So the testing track is for this action space right here. The next is the sales action. And the sales action is simply you get the bonus, and then depending on your level of I think it's called production. I'm not sure. I'm gonna get that right since we're starting fresh here. Based on how far your action's upgraded, you will take that many, you will earn that many dollars on this track here. And along the way, there's bonuses for research, give you some extra bump on your speedometer, take another free action in specific places. So earning more money with the sales action is the way to go for that. The production action here is all about this track over here. And you start right here on your first spot. The first spot you cross off is going to be $1, and then $1 bonus, that is, it gives you $1, and then you can decide to go wherever you want. And based off of your production upgrade, if you have right now we all start with 1 right there with the dot. So we would just cross off 1x if we took the production action. Following that is the engineering, and there's 5 tracks here, and we start out, or there's 6 tracks. And just like the testing track, we start off with one of these as well that we just choose to pick. And it's just filling up those squares and getting those bonuses from those. 1 engineering action means 1x on this track. The more you upgrade your engineering, you can do more in 1 turn. And finally, there's a wild section here, which lets you take the die and then do an action of any of the main 4 actions according to your upgrade on your chart. How do you get upgrades otherwise? Well, one of the things you can do on your turn, if I were to grab this die here, I would take the bonus as usual, and then I can decide if I want to upgrade the specific action by paying money, and that's shown right here. You would pay $5 for your first upgrade, $7 for your second upgrade. So you would fill in the circles of all the money you want, and then you would upgrade that action, and then that part of the turn is over. There are places around the map and the grid here that will let you upgrade things for free, and it's up to you if you want to wait to get those or if you want to purchase those for $5, $7. And once you purchase that, that's the first phase of that turn. You can do that. If you didn't want to upgrade and you didn't want to take the specific action for the die that you took, you can instead take a research bump on the track here. So that's kind of you have 3 options that you do when you take a die for the first time. If I were to take this die here, I would get the bonus. I would decide, do I want to upgrade this action, do this action, or take a research here? And you would just fill in the next unfilled circle or square in line. Taking research will give you bonuses along the way too. I'll talk about those as we kind of come across them. After you're done taking one of those 3 actions, you then take your dice and you put it on one of these 4 spaces, and you get to do another action based on, again, your how far that specific action is upgraded. So I could choose to take another sales action. I could choose to take another production, another engineering, or testing action. This will end up being, one of these will end up being blocked by this coffee cup. It's the auditor dice will tell us what action we can't do that on. But at any time during that turn, we can spend $4 to ignore that, and that's listed right there. And then we're just going to go back and forth, and there are 8 rounds to this game. And at the end of the game, we'd score a number of things. Any stars, any points that were gained on the testing track specifically, the money track, the production, and the engineering track, as well as our total for our sum of the rounds 1 through 8 on our speedometer track. There's a bunch of there's separate rules for the AI, which we'll get to right now. I keep this little list here, the little cheat sheet that comes with the game, because it tells you kind of what it crosses out. Essentially, what it's going to do is when it takes a die, it will cross out the furthest ahead box or bonus from that specific track where it takes its die. So knowing what it's going to cross off might let you know what you want to take. You might want to take it one dice before another, to kind of block off, or to kind of block some of the damage the AI would do. But essentially, we'll just roll these dice and we'll get right into it. For the first round, there's no blocked space, so this kind of stays off to the side. But we're gonna do this. Roll these dice and we'll put them out. And it's denoted on the board what dice color go where. So we have gray dice go on the top row, white dice go in the second row, and blue dice go in the last row. And again, I'm set up for a beginner game, so these dice are set up in such a way where this is a beginner game. Changing the difficulty will either add more blue dice, because the blue dice are a little bit more severe in what the AI does. So having more of those means you're able to play a little better than the AI, or you're hoping to at least. And then we have the 6 here. So we rolled this die, and this starts in the first round. It starts right here in round 1. And there's 8 rounds. On odd rounds, you go first, and on even rounds, Emma, the auditor, goes first. What we have to start first is picking a track to start for free, and picking a thing here in engineering. I'm going to pick this left track here, and then I'll start by picking this first track here. So now, an odd round, I get to go first. I do all of our production, or sorry, all of our, what is it really called? It's got to be called something. I'm not, all of our upgrades. Yeah, it's all of our upgrades. So all of our actions are 0. So at the start of the game, you have no money. So you're only kind of doing one thing. But again, as the rounds go on, you'll be building this engine. And so how the AI takes dice is it will take a die from the top row of the same column that this dice is in. So if there were a die right on the top here, it would take that one first. If not, it will go here or here. And then if there's nothing in this column, it will go to the next one. So we know it's going to want to take this dice. Knowing what the consequence is for this dice, I'm going to go ahead and take this die, because I'd rather get on the testing track here. So I'm going to grab this die, and I get to take, it gives me $2 because that was the bonus. So I'm going to cross or circle $2 here. And then I have 2 options after that, or 3. I have 3 options. I can either upgrade the testing action, but I don't have the money for that, so I can't do that. I couldn't get 1 research instead of taking this action, or I can take this action. I'm going to take this action. So I'm going to start off here on the track that I'm at, and I only have I can only do this action once because I haven't upgraded it yet. And I'll start right here. And this is telling me this track is going to be going this way. So that's my first phase action, and then I take the die and I can put it anywhere to do it again. And I mean, there's 5 points right there. I can easily just get on the board, but I might want to take something else. I'm going to go to the engineering action. So you just put it on the engineering side, and you would do an engineering action. So for that, it's cross off 1 thing. For me, I will cross off this because it's the first thing I can cross off, and it gives me an extra $1. And that's my first turn. Now the AI is going to go. The AI There's nothing here or here, so it will take the next available die, which is the sales die. The rules are here, which you really can't see, but it says based off of what this dice is a 6. And it says 5 to 6, cross off the last bonus in the bottom row of the sales track. So it will take that away. And it'll cross off this bonus, so I can't gain this bonus. I can still earn the dollar that it comes with if I happen to get all the way down here, but I won't be able to get that bonus, because as you circle these, you'll end up gaining those bonuses. But luckily, I don't know, I've only played the game once. I've only gotten kind of in the middle of the track here, but we'll see what happens. It goes to me. The blue dice is good. She will do, if Emma takes that one, they will cross off the bonus in one of the 3 rightmost production hubs. So if she takes this one, if she takes this die, she will cross off one of these 3 bonuses. So I would potentially lose points there, or lose available points. And that's going to be it for either of those. So it's kind of based off what bonus I want, because I know that she will be taking either of these, and so it doesn't really matter. It's just kind of what bonus I would like. So I'm going to take this one, because I'd like to get some money going here. So I'm going to do these. I get $2 for the bonus here. I circled in a area where there's a bonus involved, so I get to fill in 1 research. And I want to decide what I want to do with this. I could spend the money I have right now to upgrade this action, which might not be a bad idea, or I would just take the action. I'm going to upgrade the action. So I'm going to spend 5. You fill those in. Just say you spent them. And then I'm going to upgrade the production. So now every time I take the production action, I fill in 2 boxes instead of 1. I will then decide what I want to do, and I'm going to put this die actually on the production side. And now that I've upgraded it once, I can fill in 2 boxes on the production track. First box being $1, and the second box is empty, so I have $1 here in savings. And that's my action. We know Emma's going to be taking this one and crossing off, because the dice is 6. It says right there, cross off one of the bonus spaces in the 3 rightmost production hubs. This is kind of where it gets a little bit in the weeds, because there are a bunch of requirements here in these hubs, which you definitely can't see the specifics of. But it's all a matter of, will I get these? Do I think I'll get these things? And for what it's worth, I'm going to cross off this last one. So I can't get this bonus, but I can still use it to go through it. And I'll if I get this far, I'll explain why. Because you can still go through these hubs, I just won't get this bonus. But essentially, these 2 bonuses are ones I think are somewhat achievable. As you go around these tracks, you'll be getting parts for a car. And going up these, you'll be getting parts for a car that then you could use specific tires, bodies, and reports to build a car. But that gives you a point, which we'll get to in a second. But I think because this specific one I should be able to get if I can start another track, which we'll see what we can do here. But they took that one, and then it's left over. So then you just do 1 action. You don't get the bonus, but you do 1 action for this. So I'm just going to take the 1 engineering action. You don't look at what your production level is on that, or your upgrade ability. You just do 1 single action in whatever dice is left over. For that, I will do here, because I only have 1 track available, and that gives me a research. There's other ways to gain more track availability here. You can also spend $8 to start another car on another test track. But that'll do it for me. You go to the scoring phase, and I don't have anything on this track here. And this is the only place where you would put extra scoring during rounds 1 through 8. So until I have things there, it's going to be 0. And then I roll all the dice. And so this one is here now. So the auditor's coming to the production area. So whenever I take a dice action, I can't choose production unless I want to pay $4 to clear it. But after I'm done taking an action and I go to put my dice on the scoreboard, they call it a scoreboard action or a score sheet action, this is unavailable to me. But then you put the dice out as usual. And they're going to go first, so there's nothing for me to mitigate right now because Emma will be going first, and she'll be taking this one because there's no dice here. So she goes to the next one. There's no dice there. She'll be taking this die here. And when she takes this die, if there's no, because this is a random one, she'll take whatever action is associated with this audit action here. So that dice is going to be taken there. And we look over at the engineering action for her, the production action, which is this track here. And because the dice is 4, cross off the bonus in one of the 3 middle production hubs. So that involves these here. I believe, where do I get, because these are right here. The body for the car is there, are kind of right here. They're all really 4 points, so I might just cross this one off so I don't get that bonus. And that's fine. And I think I'm going to be taking both of these actions because she's just going to be taking stuff off of my, she'll be crossing off 4 of these, I believe, if she takes, well, she'll only be taking 1 more, but I'm getting ahead of myself here. So, I'll first take this one, which will give me 2 TPS reports, which brings me to my topic of TPS reports. A lot of these hubs have requirements. Some of them require a TPS report. You gain them this way, and there are other ways to gain them, such as bonuses in the research, and some other ways as well, on your testing track, etc. Some of them, these hubs require a completed TPS report. So once you gain them, you can cross them off in any hub that you want. I believe because I'm shooting for one of these, I'd like a TPS report completed, but there's a space right here where there are just 2. But I really want to get around this track. So I'm going to try to complete that TPS report. And kind of up on that track already. I like this one here. This one says once you get 2 TPS reports and you outline this hub, by getting down to it, you will get an extra bump on this track here. So that is that action there, taking the bonus of taking 2 TPS reports. I don't have enough money to upgrade this. I don't want to research that. So I'm going to use this as testing. So I get to go up 1 space because that's my production on this track, which gets me this. And then I'm going to go again. I'm going to put this dice here as my score sheet action. And I'm going to go up the track 1 more, and that gets me 3 points. Or, sorry, 3 monies. I circled that just to remind myself that that's a bonus at the end of the game, so you can cross it out or whatever, but I just circled it. I'm still going around this way. They will come along and take this dice because it's the last dice available, or the next dice available that they can take. And taking a speedometer action from me in this row specifically, they're going to cross off 2 spaces on the speedometer in from going from behind here. So that's fine with me. And my next, I don't mind taking I'd like to take another driving action. Actually, I'm going to, and I'll tell you why. So I'm going to take the action. I'll take this dice. First, I gain the bonus of $2. I then will spend $5 Oh, and I get a actually get a I get a bonus here, which I'll take right now since I just closed it. So I ignore the $5 right now, but I got this bonus here when I circled this to gain 1 action in engineering. So I'll move closer to this. So I spent $5, and instead of taking an action with this die, or instead of taking this action, I'm going to upgrade this testing. I spent $5, and now I get to put this somewhere. I will put this. Engineering's good, so I might do engineering because that will then get me the B car body, which is right here. So I'm going to cross that off as I've gotten that. So if I ever get down to this specific area, I know I've acquired that body. Getting up to the next spot here is sweet because this will give me a free upgrade on the testing, so that would be awesome. And then we get the 1 single action here, which is for me just the first square here, and that is round 2. So then we collect the dice, roll them all again, and see what the next audit space is. This tells me to re-roll again, and it's going to be back to here again. We'll set these dice out. Oops. And because it's an odd round, I get to go first. And what do I want? Testing's always good. I like to get this car around here because if I can collect this A body, that'd be really good. And it gives me $2. I know they'll want to take this one first. So that, for me, that just takes away, because it's a 4, one of the 3 middle production hubs. Oh, so it'll want to cross off one of these 3, which is fine, I think. So if I don't want them to do that, and then this one, if I did take this one first, they would go for this one. And this dice would mean cross off 3 spaces on one of the 2 middle engineering tracks. So I would go this way. So I would probably start there. So maybe I will take this dice first, so to stop that bleeding. Actually, there's a good reason why. So I'm going to take this. The bonus for this action is to do 1 action in engineering, which, like I said, the next level for me here gets me a free upgrade for testing. That's awesome. Now I can do the action of production, and I only have, my level of production is 2, so I get to do 2 X's. I'm going to do 1 here, and I will trace this one. Now I don't get the bonus yet, but if I can get this body here, this A body, I will check that off and it will give me a free point. But I can still keep moving on this track as I want to. Speaking of keeping moving, I'm going to put this dice here now to activate the testing action, and I get 3 moves on the track. So I got 1, 2, 3. Now I got 2 things doing that. I get to take 1 action in sales, because that's what this icon was, and I get 1 TPS report. So I'm going to mark off this TPS report here. So now if I ever get this one crossed out, that's an extra bump on this track for me, and a speedometer. And then I get a free sales action, which for me is just $1. That's all I have. That's my go. Now it's the AI's turn. AI is going to take this dice here, and with this specific die, you look down here on the thing here, and it says the dice is a 4. So I'm going to cross out the last 3 because this is in the 3rd row. This is cross off the last 1, 2, or 3 spaces on one of the 2 one of the 2 middle engineering tracks. I'm going to do 3 here. 1, 2, 3. Because this one's only 3 spaces, so I don't want to do that one just yet, because I might want to go up that track, which I can with some ideas here, or some research. So they took that one. My next one can get on the board with that. That'd be nice. Or I can do some more testing. So I'm going to grab this. I get $2. Now that my testing is 3 actions, I can move up 3. So I do have the A tire, 2 and 3, and I also unlocked another track here that I can do. I have. It's possible that I could have this get this E. I might start on this track here because that is there's a requirement here for a body, an E body, and that's right here. So if I can get that before the AI takes it from me, that might be nice. And I do have the A tire, which is gone. I can't use that anymore, so I'm going to cross it out because that bonus is taken from the AI took that one, so that's fine. Now I get to put this somewhere. It's either going to go in sales or engineering. If I do sales, I could get a point. And if I do engineering, I could get that or get closer to this. I'm going to do sales. And that'll give me 1 in sales, which will then let me get 1 bump in speedometer for that space there that you really can't see. They will then take this dice because it's the next one as it goes around, and they will cross off because it's a 4. Because it's white specifically. It doesn't matter. The speedometer does not look at the number of the die. Depends on where the dice is here. So if the dice is here, it will cross off the last 2, or the last 1, the last 2, and the last 3. Because it's here, I'm going to cross off the last 2 available spots on here. And then I get to do 1 sales action, which for me it's just a single action, so I get $1. You don't take the bonus. So now then round 3, I do have 1 point there, so now I'll be generating 1 point every round until round 8. And now we will roll these dice, maybe get a new audit space, because I like to do some production. Reroll this. All right, that's actually good for everyone. So there is no audit space on your score sheet for this action, so it's a good thing that is there for me, so I can kind of use any one of these actions when I go to the scoreboard. There's a lot of production happening this round, looks like. And because it's an even round, they go first. They will take this dice, or one of these 2, first. When they take production, and it's a 6, they cross off the bonus in one of the 3 rightmost production hubs. So then they're going for the next one here. Shoot, which one do I not want them to have, and how do I get some things? So this track specifically, they're looking to cross off any of these 2. So I would need, to finish this hub, I would need 1 TPS report and 1 B tire. I would get the B tire close to the end of this track. And then this one requires a C tire and a C car. The C tire is over here, and the C car. So I think I have less of a chance to get this one done. So I'll cross out this bonus. That's fine. For my turn, so they're going to do it again, which is they're actually going to cross that one off again anyway. So just because of how the dice are laid out. So it's whatever I want to do. Ooh, it's kind of brutal for sure. So it depends on what bonus I want. Do I want 2 TPS reports? Yeah, because they're going to cross off this one next. Simply because... Oh, they're going to cross off 2. No, my apologies. We're good. We're good. We're good. Eventually, she'll be able to not cross anything off, which is nice. So, do I need TPS reports right now? Not really. I'll use them. So I'll take a TPS report bonus. I'm gonna cross this one off. And another one. Where else can I use a TPS report? I'll do this one here. And then I can do a production action if I want, or upgrade that action again to 3. That would help me go faster on that track, but I kind of want to use money. I want to build up some money to buy another test track, another car. So I'll do the production action, or I could get an idea, or a research. No, I'll do 2 on production. So I will do 1, 2, and that gets me $1. I have $7. One more dollar, I'll be able to get another car, or another test track open here, and then I get to place this out. Maybe I'll do that now. I'll go to sales and get $1 more, and then I'll start on this. I'll start on this track here. Try that. This one's good too, though. Do I need the C body anywhere? No, that's gone. This one gives me some achievements here, so maybe I'll start off on this one. I'm going to spend these $8 here. So I'll be ready for that track next. They are going to take this one, and they will cross off the bonus in one of the 3 rightmost production hubs. They'll cross off this one, so now I can't get any of these bonuses. Thank you very much. Now I get to decide what to do. I get to do both, but it's really what I wanted, what I can do most of. I will do this. This will let me get $1 and for the bonus, and then I get to do anything. So I'm going to use it for testing. So I will cross off this last one here for 1, and that gets me that bonus here because I now have the A body, so it gives me a bump on this track here. I have 2 more, and since I have this track open, I can do 2, 3, and that's some points there. I will then go to here and get moving on some more testing. So I'll go 3 spaces there. So it's 1, 2, 3. Couple things happen here. I get to take the action on engineering, which I have only one of. So I will move up here on this track to get $1, which gives me 1 free action, just one movement on the testing track, because that's a bonus here. Doing that gives me another bump here on this track. I've also crossed off an achievement or certification. So you see there's a little purple icon here. I get to cross off one of these, and these help me do certain certifications. I believe this one is this one's actually pretty good. This one is take any action at level 3 and gain a bump on the speedometer. This one is get 5 points at the end of the game. This one is fill in any. Oh, nice. This one's actually pretty good. This one is take one production, trace any one production hub. And if I have met those requirements, I would get those bonuses. So this would kind of, instead of me having to get all the way down to a certain hub, this would let me cross off a hub if I have the requirements. So I could get that now to circle this and get an extra point. I figure out what the what the difference is. There's a couple icons here that I'm not familiar with. And I have to check to see. There's two different speedometer actions. There's a speedometer action, and then there's a speedometer action +1. The speedometer action +1 shows up right here. So that to me means I get 2 bumps on that track, which if that's the case, I do like that. I might do that. I'm still talking about the certification here. So I'm going to do that actually, because I'm going to take this, even though that's really good. I'm going to take this action here to fill in any of these, and because I have this hub completed, all I needed was 2 TPS reports. I will get 2 bumps on the speedometer. So that's that. That was a big turn there. And now we're on the last die. I just take 1 engineering action for free. I will take this one here, this track. That gives me a research. When I fill in a circle on the research track, I either get a free action of anywhere, do one thing, or this actually I might end up doing, or I can spend something at the shop, so I can get 2 TPS reports for free. I can do one more jump on the track, which is actually nice for points, or unlock another track. It's tempting to keep going up this track because I'll be getting 5 points for the next four rounds. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go to the shop, and now I have that reward. That's all right. Okay, so now we're going to roll the dice, and that was we're gonna do the audit phase. So that was round 4, and because I'm at 5 points, so I'm at least getting 5 points every round to the end of the game. So it's time to do more than that. I'm gonna accrue some points other ways to do this. All right. Oh, re-roll this again. The auditor is coming to the engineering shop. Oops. So I can't use my engineering dice unless I pay for it, which I don't have enough money for. It's $4 to be able to put a dice here. And it is a odd number, so I get to go first actually, which is very nice. So I know Emma will want to take this dice first. To me, that's not a big deal. Well, for her, actually, it would be. Cross off the last 1 space because the dice is a 1. You look up at the top line. It says cross off the last 1, 2, or 3, and it'll be 1 because it's on the top row here. Spaces on one of the 2 leftmost tracks. I would probably do this here because I'm not on it, so that's actually not a big loss. It'd be 1 space, and I'm almost working on this one here. But I could get some sweet points. There's no bonuses here. I would be able to bump up on that track. That's nice too. Interesting. Interesting options. I can move up on the test track here, which will give me an idea. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this action here. So I get 1. The bonus is to take 1 move on a test track. I'll do that here, and it gives me 1 of these on the research track. I can then continue zooming around if I wanted to. Yeah, I may as well. I'm going to use this on the testing track and go 3 more. So I get a TPS report, $2, and nothing. So I get $2. And I'll use this TPS report because my goal is to get up here. Because this up top here gives, if I can unlock this, is 3 points for every 3 points for every certificate that I have. They're going to take this one, and as we know, it's going to be crossing off because of the dice is a 1, I'm going to cross off Going to cross off one space on one of the two leftmost tracks, so I'll have her cross off this one because the dice was up here. So she took that. My next die, I will have her, or I will take this one, which will give me another research point. I can use it to do nothing. I don't have enough to upgrade. So I think I guess I'll have to be taking the sales action, which for me is only one. So I'll be gaining one more dollar. I wish I could use engineering so I can try to get up this track more, but I might. Yeah, engineering would be nice. I'm going to spend the $4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to be able to use this here at engineering. It only gives me one bump, but by doing that, I get closer to what I want in this here. I want to get this E body. So, but crossing that space off gives me a free upgrade in production. So now when I produce, I get to cross off 3 spaces. They're going to take this die here, which is only taking off 1 space here. The penalty is more severe the lower it is in these rows here. And then I get to take this action, which is right here. So that's the end of that round. I will be getting 6 points for that round. No less, which is nice. And we get to go again. We're going in 3 more rounds left. Auditors showing up at the sales department. A lot of random ones though, which is good for me actually. It's not too bad to have a lot of these options available. She gets to go first though. And she'll be taking that second one here because she takes a dice that's in the audit row here. And when it comes to sales, according to this chart, the dice is a 6. So it says cross off the last bonus on the bottom row of the sales track. So this is the last bonus, so I won't be able to gain this one. And that's her. Now me, I get to take something. I definitely want this. Because this would give me the idea that I want. So I get an idea here. And that would let me do a free action, unlock a track, or 2 TPS reports, which could be all right. I'm close to this. I think I might be able to get. Oh, what you gonna do with that? I didn't notice that. She'll be taking the rightmost engineering track, so she'll be focused over here, so that's fine. So, but what do I want for the reward for this is the question. I could take a free action, which could be me driving around. It would fill in these last 3 spots. Maybe I'll do that. I'm going to take a testing action. So I'm going to go, I have the D crate now, which is right here. $2 more and 1 more research. That's not bad. And this actually gives me a TPS report there. So this completes this thingy here. So I might end up doing this now. So I'll then take this die and I get 3 crosses on it. So I'm going to do 1 over here, 2 here, and then I'll outline this here for the 3rd. And because I have both of these met, I get the bonus of an extra bump on the speedometer, which is nice. And so that completes that. And I'm 1 step closer to this. I just have to I have to get up this track one more time. And she'll be taking this die now, which will cross off the last 1 space of one of the two rightmost tracks here. I won't be getting to any of these, so I'm going to all cross this one. I mean, can't get that one. That's fine. I need to do engineering and then production. So in order to do that the way I want it to, I'll take this one here. It'll give me $1 for the bonus. I get to take any action I want. So with this, so I'm going to use it for production. So I get 3 spaces to mark in production. 1, 2, 3. Another research. So I have this. I'm going to use the dice action, or the scoreboard action is going to be engineering. I get 1 check, and that's my E body right there. So I got this complete. I have the E body, just check that off, and that's going to give me 4 points at the end of the game. Not too shabby. Lastly, I get to take 1 of any action anywhere. I've completed this track. Let's see, what else would I want to do? I guess keep going up on this track would be nice. Yeah. I guess I'll go up on that track. Wonder if I can use it for research, though. If I can use it for research, that'd be pretty sweet. But I don't know if I can. In a solo game, I don't think I can. Take a single action with that die. So I take one of anything. I'm gonna go up on this track here. Try to get some engineering going here. Would be nice towards the end of the game. All right, so that's the last. I'm gonna get 7 points for having 7 on the speedometer. Going full speed ahead. 2 more rounds. Get that one. Going back to sales again. I don't have a car to do anything with, and it would cost some money to get it. So I don't know if there's another spot. Unless I misread one of these, I don't believe there's a reward to get another car. Yeah, there isn't. These are shipping crates, not bodies. When I kept saying bodies, I didn't mean that. Interesting. Okay. There's no way to get a free car. You got to spend the money. And I have $4. You need 8. Okay, we are in round 7. I get to go first. Engineering track I like to focus on a little bit here. I can't upgrade it because I don't have the money for it unless I... Oh, I do have a free action coming up if I take this and the engineering action. So let me try that. I'll take this, which was here. It'll give me a light bulb, and that gives me a free action. Oh, I just got across. I already filled that in. The free action I'm going to use is just a bump on this track, which is fine. It doesn't give me anything, but lets me mark something. But then I'm going to put this back on the engineering track to use this to get $1. Perfect. They're going to take this die, and I believe because the dice is a 6, it's going to take the last bonus. Yep, the last bonus on the bottom row of the sales track. Well, it can't, so luckily it's the first time she's got to pass. If it can't do something, it passes, but that die is gone. Now it's my turn. I know she'll be taking one of these next, which will be taking another sales action. So actually, it doesn't really matter what I take because she won't be able to do anything, which is good. It's a good thing. I still want to do engineering. I think that might be the way to go. Give me a TPS report. I don't know if I'd need that. Another $1 would be fine. So I'm going to take this for $1. And then I'm going to use this for the engineering action. which now will get 3 points for every certification. Right now I only have 1. Then I'm going to put this somewhere. I have to put it in production because I don't have any more spaces on the track to go. So I can do 3 spaces on the production. Let's see what makes more sense. Can't do any of these bonuses. But I will do 1, 2, 3, and I get a free upgrade on any one of these. I'm going to do sales. So the next time I take a sales action, it goes there. And that's that. She will take this dice, which will do the same thing that she can't do. She can't cross off a bonus in the last row. And unfortunately, I can't take this action, which is fine. I just don't have a car ready to go on this test track, so that's fine. I'm going to grab 7 points for that. And we move to the last round of the game. Reroll this. Oh, man. Okay, that's fine. She'll be going first. See what she has to choose from here. That's actually fine. Well, it's a 4, so she'll be taking one of these middle ones, which is, I don't think I'll be able to get down there anyway. But I think we have it set up right. Yes, we do. All right, so she'll be going first, and she'll be taking this die. Because the dice is a 4 in the sales, she'll be crossing off the last bonus on the middle row. So she'll be crossing this bonus off. Can't get that. Then it's my turn. I just bumped up sales. So that would give me some more money. It gave me a certificate actually right here. So that's where I want to head is sales. There's no die here, but I can take them right here. So I'm going to grab this. This gives me $1. I'm going to take the sales action. And that's going to be at 2. So I get a certificate and another $1. Certificate would be nice. This would be good for cashing in money for, at the end of the game, it's $5, gets you 1 point. Here it's 2. I don't think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have $9 now. So it's either I can just get 5 points here. This might just be the one to get right here. I'll get the 5 points. Because I might want to start another track. Even though it's the last round. Maybe not. That could be a bad move. So then I'll take that and I don't have more engineering. So that's super interesting. So I'll go on production and do one money light bulb. So there's a light bulb and I get another money. She'll be taking this engineering one. The engineering one for her at a 4 is crossing off the last 1 space on the one of the 2 middle engineering tracks. Just have her take that one. That's fine. That's that die gone. That dice is useless to me. If I spend... I'm not sure. If I spend $1, if I spend the money to get a new car, I don't think I'll be able to really cash in unless, no, because this would give me bonuses for light bulbs checked. I don't think I'll be able to get it, so I'm just not sure if it's worth starting a new car. Right now I'll be getting 2 points. I don't think I'll be able to capitalize on anything else. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 2 points right here worth of stuff. I think that's where it would stand. You get a TPS report. They use this for production. I can get another research. There's 2. And then I need 1 more for 3. And then I can put this anywhere. It's not really helping me. That's why I could use this as a research. That's why they were saying it. So instead of taking this die for an action, which I just did production, I could have used it as an idea, but that's fine. Then I guess I'm tossing it away on. I could spend. I would spend $4 to get 2, but that doesn't, because I would have to do that. So I'm going to put it there and not do anything on the test tracks. I don't think it's worth it. I would spend 8 to go 1, 2, 3. No, it's just not worth it. And then we would share this die here, which is nothing, and that is the game. So again, 7 there for that round, and we're going to pull out some scoring. So we add all these up. It's going to be the total of this plus all of these. So we'll look at the test track, and I've gotten 8 points on the test track. I've gotten on this, I don't have any points unlocked from the sales. Nothing there. Production, I'm looking at just 4 points there. And then engineering track, I have right here. Gives me 3 points every certificate, so I have 6 points here. Plus this certificate that I have here, so I'll add that in there. It's going to be 11 points. So I have one right there. Oh, actually, the money one is different. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $10. Divided by 5, I get 2 points there. Production, I got to do again. Production, I have 4. And engineering, I have with the certificates. I guess production's there as well, but it doesn't really matter. Or the certificates are there. But I will be getting 6 and 11 points there. And then we add this up. $58 is the final score. And then you look at the handy dandy score sheet, and it tells you how you did. 58 is the high side of the Monte Carlo. So there's 50 to 59. And it says the car no one wants, but everyone has. So it's kind of dead center because there's 0 to 39, 40, 50, 60, 75. So right in the middle for beginners, not that bad. But that is a playthrough of Motor City dice game. It is awesome. There are expansions. There are ways to randomize your certificates. So it comes with a certificates expansion from the Kickstarter that you would hand out randomly, and these would go over here. So there are more types of certificates you can own. It also comes with the Bob's expansion, which goes on the side of the board here, which you can't really see because it's bright there. But essentially, they are bonuses you can get by achieving certain things, and you would use these keys to go on them. So essentially, every time I get a light bulb, not every time, you can use these once per round. If you draft the same die, 2 of the same dice, you can cancel out this placement. If you gain a research, you can then for that round unlock the ability to get 1 more bonus there. So a nice little way to get some more stuff there. But that hopefully you'll be seeing some more of these playthroughs here, maybe with some increased difficulty. But for now, that's going to do it for me. Appreciate y'all watching, and I will talk to you all later.